Hi, welcome to Inference. In this video, I will be talking about the human body. Humans are by far the most successful species on Earth. Humans are unchallenged, and the best bet life is to become multiplanetary. Humans are not special because of their physical strength. Indeed, humans are fragile compared to most predatory animals. A bear, for example, would dwarf a human in raw strength and fighting power. The main source of human dominance is found in the ability of humans to reach higher reasoning, the only species on Earth capable of such a feat. This superior intelligence compounds over time. It might start by giving humans a slight advantage over bears by helping them develop spears and arrows, but eventually reaches an unimaginable advantage of tanks and nuclear warheads, and will probably just keep expanding into the future. It is hard to overstate just how important the human brain is. However, we should not neglect the rest of the body. After all, a great intelligence that cannot interact with the world and use its higher reasoning to its advantage is useless. A genius brain unable to move would be easy prey for any predator. So, what is the human body made up of? Well, it depends on how deep you want to look. Let's start at the level of atoms, as these are the basic units of matter and the defining structure of elements. The human body is made up of atoms, which are in turn made up of protons, neutrons, and electrons. All atoms have a central nucleus and electrons that orbit around them. Inside the central nucleus, we have the protons, which have a positive electrical charge, and neutrons which, well, have a neutral electrical charge. The simple hydrogen atom is the only one which has no neutrons. The electrons orbiting the nuclei have a negative electrical charge equal to and opposite to the positive electrical charge of the protons inside the atomic central nucleus. An element is a pure substance consisting only of atoms that all have the same numbers of protons in their nuclei. Almost 99% of the mass of the human body is made up of 6 elements: oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, calcium, and phosphorus. Only about 0.85% is composed of another 5 elements: potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine, and magnesium. All 11 are necessary for life. The remaining elements are trace elements, of which more than a dozen are thought based on good evidence to be necessary for life. All of the mass of the trace elements put together weigh less than 10 grams for a human body, which does not add up to the body mass of magnesium, the least common of the 11 non-trace elements. Molecules are particles that are made up of 2 or more atoms that are held together by chemical bonds. Molecules are the smallest units of matter that have the properties of a particular substance. Substances can combine 2 or more different elements. For example, water molecules are made of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. The chemical bonds between the atoms are what give water its properties, such as being a liquid at room temperature. Molecules can be either organic or inorganic. Organic molecules contain carbon, while inorganic molecules do not. Carbon is the element that makes up all living things, so organic molecules are found in all living things. Inorganic molecules are found in things like rocks and minerals. The organic molecules of the human body are carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. Water is an inorganic compound, but it is essential to the functioning of the human body. Around 62% of the human body is made up of water, 16% is made up of protein, another 16% is made up of fat, 6% is made up of minerals, and finally, 1% is made up of carbohydrates. Cells are the basic units of life. All organisms are composed of cells, from the simplest bacteria to the most complex plants and animals. The human body is no exception. It is made up of trillions of cells. Human cells are made up of water, lipids, proteins, carbohydrates, and nucleic acids. Cells are made up of four main parts: the nucleus, the cytoplasm, the cell membrane, and the cell wall. The nucleus is the control center of the cell. It contains the cell's DNA, which is the blueprint for the cell. The cytoplasm is the jelly-like substance that fills the cell. The cell membrane is the outer layer of the cell that protects the cell from the outside world. The cell wall is the tough, outer layer of the cell that helps the cell to keep its shape. The human body is made up of many different types of cells, which are organized into tissues. Tissues are made up of cells that have the same general structure and function. Each type of cell has a specific function, and all cells work together to keep the body functioning properly. Cells are constantly dividing and replacing old, damaged, or dead cells. This process is known as cell turnover, and it ensures that the body has a healthy supply of new cells. Cell turnover is an important part of maintaining a healthy body, and it is a process that happens throughout our lives. The cells in the human body are constantly changing, and they play a vital role in our health and well-being. There are many types of human cells, but the four main types are epithelial cells, muscle cells, nerve cells, and connective tissue cells. Epithelial tissue is made up of cells that line the surfaces of the body, such as the skin. Connective tissue is made up of cells that connect different parts of the body, such as bone and cartilage. Muscular tissue is made up of cells that contract to move the body, such as skeletal muscle. Nervous tissue is made up of cells that transmit signals throughout the body, such as neurons. The human body is also made up of organs, which are made up of tissues. Organs are responsible for specific functions in the body. What are some of the most important human organs and what do they do? Some of the most important human organs are the brain, heart, lungs, kidneys, liver, pancreas, stomach, intestines, colon, rectum, bladder, reproductive organs, skin, muscles, bones, and blood. These organs are responsible for some of the most basic functions of the human body, and without them, we would not be able to survive. The brain is responsible for our thoughts, emotions, and movement. The heart pumps blood throughout our body, delivering oxygen and nutrients to our cells. The lungs take in oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. The kidneys filter our blood and remove waste from our bodies. The liver detoxifies our blood and produces bile. The pancreas produces insulin and helps regulate our blood sugar levels. The stomach digests our food. The intestines absorb nutrients from our food. The colon eliminates waste from our body. The rectum stores waste until it is ready to be eliminated. The bladder stores urine until it is ready to be eliminated. The reproductive organs produce gametes and allow for sexual reproduction. The skin protects our body from the environment. The muscles allow us to move. The bones provide structure and support for our body. The blood transports oxygen and nutrients to our cells. The human body plan is the overall shape of the human body. It is the blueprint for the human body, and it is the basis for all human anatomy. The human body is an amazing thing. It is made up of many different parts that all work together to keep us alive and healthy. The following is a description of the human body and how it looks. The human body is made up of many different parts. The head contains the brain, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. The neck connects the head to the rest of the body. The arms and legs are attached to the body by the shoulders and hips. The torso contains the heart, the lungs, and the stomach. The skin is the largest organ in the human body. It protects us from the outside world and keeps our bodies healthy. The hair on our heads also helps to protect our scalp from the sun and other environmental hazards. The human body plan is determined by our genes, which are the instructions for our bodies. We get half of our genes from our mother and half from our father. The genes we inherit determine our physical characteristics, such as our height, eye color, and hair color. They also determine our risk for certain diseases and conditions, such as heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. The human body plan is constantly changing and evolving. As our genes change, so does our body plan. This is how new diseases and conditions can develop. It is also how new treatments and cures for diseases are found. Finally, the human body is an amazing machine that can heal itself and fight off disease. It is a complex system that is constantly changing and adapting to the world around it. The human body is a wonder of nature. Alright, folks, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about the human body. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.